In this video I will present this website. I wanted to make this video much shorter than the first one because it's useless to code all the single parts in front of you. We already did this kind of task the last time. We will just see how the structure is and take some conclusions based on that. As we can see, we have this body, a footer, but most important, which is what I want to show in this video basically, we have this navigation bar, and as you can see, if I click on the navigation bar, the title change, and actually it changed the page. Look at the URL that is just here. If I change if I click on a bottom, the URL is changing, meaning that the whole page is changing. But of course, then I just copy and pasted all the body because I didn't want to make things longer for anything. Let's see the code, the underlying code. We are on index.html. As you can see, we have really a few things. I actually wrapped everything into a div of ID container, which is something that many times you will do because it's very simple to then align everything based on the container, or maybe not if you don't need it. Anyway, then we have an aside of class navbar, a main, which is the body, and then a div ID of footer, which has the footer inside, but I used the div for some reasons of CSS that now I don't even remember, but the footer is here, aside, main and footer, so everything is very simple. Before we go to see the main part that I want to show you, which are those links, let's have just a look of all the code that is inside, so maybe we learn something new. First of all, okay, the HR, I think you know what it is this black line, which actually is styled from style.css here, border 2 pixels, otherwise it would be different. You can style it as you want. Let's see inside the aside what we have. I created a nav with inside that has an unordered list, and inside each list there is an href. And we will see where it brings, but now let's see all the rest of the code. Here we have main, class description, h1, a p, and then there are a few codes a few elements that is nice to know that exist. You can use cite to write a citation, and it gives the text inside a special font family. You could reach the same result by using a P and giving a font family, but for code readability, for SEO is different, so I invite you to use those kind of things, as well as code. Code is another element that puts everything in a code font family. In fact, then I pasted some random code from the internet, and that's the end of main. Last, div ID of footer. There is a simple footer. Remember to use footer. I know that all this page could be created using div, and PPP will be the same. So if you write P instead of footer, it's almost the same. It's not the same if someone has to read and to understand what this would be. What do you want this to be? If someone reads at your code, he doesn't understand. If he reads footer, he say, okay, this is the footer. This is the last part where you write copyright and privacy policy, you know. And also, I think for the SEO, even though I'm not an expert of SEO, so I don't want to say something that I don't really know. Then now let's come to the main part of our page, which is this navbar, but in general everything, because all these pages, they are the same. They are almost the same. Actually, maybe there are some differences, but I just copy and pasted everything. Actually, okay, I'm using section here. They are all the same, especially this navbar, because the rest of the part, even if I make a change here, it doesn't change anything there. It doesn't cause any issues. But this navbar, which points to every single other HTML file here, is vital, because if for example I have to change here, I want to change, put this inside a folder, for example, or change its name, but most probably I would like to make it inside a folder, for example, folder. Okay, now CSS tut is inside folder, and I save, and I come back here. Now it cannot find CSS tut because the is not referenced there. I can go to the other pages, but to CSS tut I cannot go anymore. Okay, what should I do then? I made this change because I need to make this change. No, is relevant for my logic, because I'm building a website and I'm making changes every day. Or for example, I'm changing the name. I'm adding another A here. All changes that could be made. I should come here and write CSS subfolder CSS tut. Okay, then I save, and now hopefully I can from my C++, which was the first one, I can go here. Well, I don't even know why, it doesn't matter, but now if I go to C#, I still cannot go there. The point is that I have to make this change, this small little change, into every single page that I have, and that's a fucking mess. Because you don't need to do this one time, you need to do this a lot of times. Every time you need to make a small change inside your code, you need to make a lot of changes unnecessarily, that bores you and probably make you lose your time and your brain. This comes to the concept that I want to show you here, which is components. This can be seen as a component, in the sense that I'm actually replicating this identically in all my pages. So this is a component, and what would be ideal is to be able to create components and to reuse components inside my website. This is not the only component that I'm using, of course, because I'm using this component, this navbar component, but I'm also using the footer component and the main component. In frameworks like React, but most of the framework, they are module based, and so you can create components and reuse components. And this is a very important step that a developer has to do to be able to learn frameworks, because by using pure HTML, CSS and JavaScript, you will not go anywhere, in the sense that all the companies use frameworks because they can develop much faster. So you need to learn how to use frameworks in order to use components, and of course other features that those frameworks bring to you. So actually this was the lesson for today, very fast, but just to show another web page, and then we will move on with something different.